There we go.
Yeah, he did do 8 to 10, but that's
Yeah, that was a while ago. I mean, I don't think we've done it in a long time from 8 to 10. I don't know.
oh. Um,
I was looking up.
maybe he can't do 7 to 9.
Maybe he can't. I don't. So they got me this new iPhone for work, and like, I've got it muted, and like the little switch on the side is muted, but it doesn't. Like it vibrates, so I don't.
It does or doesn't?
It does, and I don't want it to. Like, I just want it to be silent. Or like if I can just like switch it so that the phone rings, that's it. I don't even know if that's a thing.
Yeah, I've struggled with my notifications too. I'm sure we're just old. Because
it's got to be it. Because like I remember on the iPhone, like a long time ago when we had one, and then even the BlackBerry, like you could set individual tones for like email, messages, phone, whatever, or just turn them off. Mm-hmm. And on the Android, I can do that. There's like separate sliders for each thing. Damn technology.
Yeah, like I want my phone, I only want some notifications. I don't want them all. Like I have an all or nothing.
Yeah.
And it's like a 3-way toggle. Mute, nothing. Mute with vibrate, or the whole package.
But see, like the funny thing is, it doesn't.
Unstable internet connection, according to my phone.
Unstable.
Okay. This is more stable.
Oh, there is a none option. Okay.
Yeah. What version of iPhone do you have? Is it a 6?
No, they gave me a 14 plus mega ultra extreme. I don't know. It's like huge.
So do you have 2 phones?
Yeah, well, yeah, I wasn't gonna, because I got a work phone. Yeah. I keep it separate. I don't play that game. I don't need them.
You don't dip into the company ink.
No, I mean they've got my cell number and like my my direct report and like the guys I work with, they all got my cell, my personal cell, and they'll like text back and forth on it. But like everybody else, like we have a phone list for the company, and I just put my cell phone, the work phone, on there. I was like, if anybody needs me, like
right.
But it was like weird because like there was an issue like Monday night, I guess. And one of the guys called my personal number, which I turn off at night. And like, had he called my work phone, I probably would have heard it because I leave it on. But he never called my work phone. And I'm like, dude, both numbers were in the phone list. Like, I gave it to you guys.
Yeah, bruh.
Bruh?
Use the call tree.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I probably wouldn't have been coherent anyway. Did you get your Discord reinstalled? Still not working.
I didn't do that.
No.
That was not my priority today, so I didn't do that.
Your priority was work and family.
Oh, I was off today. Yeah.
Off? Sweet. Got a 4-day weekend.
Yeah.
Did you do anything fun today or going anywhere this weekend?
Yeah, we went to one of the park district around me has a like a scavenger hunt for orbs, ORBS.
Like what kind of
like
orbs?
some art company made, like they're like baseball size.
Oh, what are they made out of? Glass?
Artsy orbs. They're ceramic, I think. So
no kidding.
So they're just hidden throughout the park district.
Sweet.
And so I took my son and his friend out, rather than sitting playing video games all day. I'm like, let's go get McDonald's and let's go get some orbs.
Nice.
And they found some. I didn't find one, but they found one each. Fuckers. But it's going on for the next few weeks. It's
like all over the town?
It's in St. Charles. It's Leroy Oaks.
Oh, nice.
I'll link to you.
I would look at, I saw for some reason, I don't know why, on my YouTube Shorts, I get like people geocaching now. I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
And it actually that looks kind of cool. Like I kind of want to see if there's like apparently there's an app now for the phone that everyone like has that like they recommend to use and like you can track and stuff.
I was doing that a few years ago.
Yeah, that's I think that'd be kind of fun to do.
Yeah.
Ah,
I mean, it kind of lost its luck. You know, just like Pokemon, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. You appeared in 6 searches. Oh.
LinkedIn.
Gotta update my LinkedIn.
Yeah, mine's way out of date. Yeah, the library here does a thing every once in a while. I see like they do geocaching. They do like a treasure hunt or like a scavenger hunt. I don't know if they call it scavenger hunt. Because I think it's like, you know, now they want people to be safe, so they don't want them just running around town trying to steal shit from people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's part of the reason like geocaching kind of died off. Like, you wander into somebody's yard or something that like, you know, you don't belong in. Because I mean, if it uses like GPS to track where you know you put a cache or whatever, like I don't. I mean, I'd be worried about it unless like I knew the people or something.
Like if someone put a cache in your catalytic converter.
Yeah, and some guys had to use a Sawzall to get rid of it to find it.
To go get it.
We found the geocache.
Then you come outside in the morning and your catalytic converter is just in the lawn.
Cars up on blocks.
Cars up on blocks, right?
They took my wheels.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, all we were. Well, I guess they're doing like so. We missed our fireworks for 4th of July, so they're going to do them tomorrow night down the street at the old hotel, you know, property, I guess. So I'm like, maybe we'll head over there tomorrow night. It's all free, but it's like there's no parking, so we'll probably, if the weather's nice, we'll probably walk. I don't know, unless my wife. Actually, she might be going to see the daughter tomorrow. Take her fridge because we moved her down, and I don't think she took it. She might need it. Yeah, one of those days. Damn it, Eric.
Yeah. It's bedtime. Whatever.
I think the kids, right?
Yeah. Well, he was supposed to listen to last week's and come back with notes because we had an amazing podcast.
Yeah, I you know, it's funny because like we talked about Vivek Ramachandrakhan or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And I was looking up because I saw Nikki Haley, who's also a candidate running. She made a comment about the whole Mitch McConnell thing and like how he like rebooted during the press conference.
Yeah.
And like so I'm like, oh, I wonder what she's, you know, like what she's running for. And I don't know. It's like she's weird because she's got like an odd stance. Like she talks about how, you know, she opposes abortion rights, saying that her opposition is, but see, so I don't get this. The way they worded this says she opposes abortion rights. So does that mean she opposes the right for women to have an abortion? Or she opposes for those like people that want to stop that? Like, I don't, the way they word these articles, like it really is confusing.
Right. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so it says here, she opposes abortion rights, explaining that her opposition is rooted in past difficulty conceiving children, as well as the fact that her husband has been adopted, or is adopted, I guess. But I don't get, so like...
she's pro-life.
Well...
That's what I got.
Yeah, I mean, that's, but then why is that you're not opposing abortion rights. I mean, that seems weird and funny to me.
Word
Like,
funny.
Like if you're opposing the right to an abortion, you wouldn't be pro-life, right? I don't know. I'm not sure how.
Opposing the right. Yeah, you are pro-life. You're saying you don't want people to have abortions. That's
so you don't. So you're okay. So you're not pro-choice,
right.
Okay, then that makes sense. Okay, I get that. That makes sense in the
There's
context.
like everything. There's extremes. Like you don't. I don't. You know, like women who are impregnated against their will.
Yeah.
You know, rape or abuse or whatever. They should have a choice. Like because they didn't have a choice
Right.
to have that happen.
Right.
I just think like there's just some extremes. Like people are like, no, no matter what. And I'm like, really?
Yeah, that seems weird because like I like even now like
It's a little insensitive.
Yeah, and I don't see like what I don't get is when I look at this article and I read this, like I don't like I didn't really follow it until I sat here and like talked it over with you, but it's like there's plenty of people out there like me who would look at that and go like, oh, she's like pro-abortion or you know because she opposes the right. Like I don't. It to me it's confusing. Like there's nowhere, depending on what kind of news outlet or what article or what website even you're looking at, like they spin it one way or the other, and
Yeah.
like you know her stance, but reading it on one website may make it look negative, and then the other website is like, oh yeah, you know she's pro life, which is like, why couldn't they just say that?
Yeah. Well, because there's stigma attached to the buzzwords, and
Well, but I mean, there's a whole
everybody.
stigma around that decision, whether you're pro-life or pro-choice.
Yeah, but
So like either way,
they're purposely confusing about it because they may get your vote if they're not
yeah,
up front, right? It's a con. Like
right,
that email
right.
I got from quote unquote Vivek
Oh yeah, I got that
was
same one. I think
I
it was
had a
from
lot
that
of
group or
like
whatever.
every sentence sounded great, but he's just saying what needs to get him into the office.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They're
I don't
they're
know what
gonna
he really thinks.
they're doing it to get all their constituents' votes and
Right.
get new votes because people who
Right.
look at this and go, oh, it's a fresh face, you know. But I thought it was funny because she made a comment about
Shame.
Mitch McConnell and being you know, like 80 years old or whatever, and the whole thing where he had the lock up the freeze in the middle of his thing earlier this week. And she says that she's strongly in support of um like term limits, age limits, and getting these people out of Congress, like who don't essentially belong there because they're not doing anything anyway at this point. I mean, you could tell by that interview he had, like he clearly wasn't coherent. He had no idea what was going on. And that aide or whoever that lady was that stepped in, like she played it off like he couldn't hear, like, oh, please speak up, blah blah blah. Like, no, the guy clearly has a problem mentally. He's not there, and I agree with her on that. Like, there needs to be limits for this crap because, like, he has no idea what's going on, and I don't. You know, he's the one who's voting on a lot of these decisions, as are the other people. You know, Feinstein. You know, and the other guy that's like 78, that's in, you know, a senator. It's like, I,
Fetterman.
well, Fetterman's young, but he's younger. He's younger than like Feinstein, who's like 90 or whatever the hell she is.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you don't want him voting, right? Like for him to space out in the middle of a vote or something, or
Well, that was like the whole thing with Feinstein after she came back after that whole month of being out. And they asked her, like, you know, oh, like, how do you feel about returning? And she's like, what are you talking about? I've been here the whole time. And it's like, clearly she hasn't been when she wasn't there because she couldn't vote and a lot of these things didn't get passed. they weren't going to let anyone vote in her place, and they weren't going to get her out of there to replace her. So, like, we know she wasn't there because a lot of stuff didn't get voted on and passed until she came back. And they're like, "Oh, are you glad to finally get back?" And she's like, "I never left." Like, hello, where were you the last month then?
Maybe she means where her heart was. Her heart was there.
Then
Her
she
heart
should have
was in
said
it.
That's not the way I got it when they spun that message.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 46 and I'm done at like 8 p.m. Like I'm ready to
Yeah.
just to
Yeah,
call it a day. And I can't imagine being 80 years
oh
and
yeah.
still having a trough of mail to go through or bills to read.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. These guys and ladies, they're not doing all that work. They've got people helping them. They've got aides. They've got people that do that go through their mail that give them the important info. They've got assistants. I mean, but I
They
think
still got to read it.
Well, and that's
You
the
don't think
question.
they're even reading anything?
I'll be honest with you. Like when I
That's
see
scary.
people like McConnell doing what he's doing, even if he's reading it, he probably can't comprehend what he's looking at. You look at
but that's what I'm
Feinstein.
saying.
She has no idea what's going on.
He's 80. Like 6 p.m. is his bedtime.
Yeah, and
And
it's
he's
like
up there trying to do conferences. And
I see.
I cannot see him.
I think it's
reading
somebody
long books.
It's somebody doing the Weekend at Bernie shit with him and Feinstein and the others. Like they're clearly pulling the strings.
Yeah, maybe.
Like if that lady that stepped in and helped him or whatever, maybe she's got some agenda, and she just gives him all this stuff, and he goes, "Oh, this is my aide. I trust her with everything. I'll sign off on it and vote." And she just says, "I got to vote yay or nay on these," and he just does it. He has no clue what he's doing.
It's possible. I don't know.
She made a comment that it's the most privileged nursing home in the country. The whole Senate.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. I mean, I don't know. We'll create some jobs will get created out of that if you put term limits on that. Because what are they going to do when their term is over? Well, like they don't have any skills that translate into the real world.
But even if it's like a term limit or an age limit, 65, you're out. You retire. A lot of people, although granted, maybe in the future, a lot of people retire at 65-ish, whatever, because they don't want to work anymore, or they've done their contribution to society and they've been able to save and they've got a nest egg and that's their thing. It's entirely possible that like these guys make a ton of money. I don't know what a senator makes. Let me see. He's a public guy, right?
Isn't it one? It's not a lot. I think I'm guessing it's 150. Right? Doesn't the president make 150? Or is the president 250?
I think Obama, or was it Bush?
No, every president makes the same amount.
Well, but one of them raised it because they made the same amount, but I think they one of them jacked it up. Yeah, so here, Mitch McConnell's primary source is his Senate salary. As the minority leader, he earns $193,400 a year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so $200K a year. And his net worth, according to this, is $95 million. His monthly income, not include, like this includes everything, $900,000 a month. Like that guy doesn't need to work. I mean, now
where's he getting income from?
Whatever. Maybe he's got investments. That's the thing is a lot of these people, I think that like if they're voting on things that affect taxes, that affect businesses and industry, they've basically got insider knowledge. So they know to invest in, we're going to go invest in this electric car company because now we're going to pass a bill that's going to give them tons of grant money and blah, blah, blah. And their stock goes through the roof. So they make a ton of money. I'm sure shit like that happens. But like, I mean,
Yeah.
the guy's not just a senator. He does speaking engagements. You know, he was in Kentucky. I'm sure he got paid to do that. You know, it's like,
Well,
books, you know, whatever he does, I'm sure he gets paid for.
that's it. You're right. So these people are supposed to be representing us and reading and understanding what's coming their way and trying to make choices based on who they represent. But they're also out there doing speaking engagements and writing books.
Yeah.
Like, how do they have time?
Okay, here we go. So he has inherited about $30 million from his family. Born to a rich family, led a rich lifestyle through his entire career. He has investments in Wall Street totaling over 15 million in the stock markets. So yeah, I mean, his net worth is 95 million, 65 million in assets, 30 million in inheritance, 1.2 million a year on books and royalties alone.
Ugh.
7 million on whatever business income he has.
Business.
So okay, this is what I don't understand. A year, this guy made 7 million on businesses, whatever he's got, 1.2 million on books and royalties. So why did he only pay 450,000 in taxes? It's like,
I don't even know anything about tax law.
well, I think after a certain salary point, they don't tax above a certain percent. And I think
That's
it's like 100 and some K. Yeah.
Wasn't Obama trying to tax
Yeah, he
wealthy
wanted
people?
to, I think he wanted to do like he wanted to do like a tiered, I
Yeah.
thought, tax bracket based on income.
Yeah.
Like more of like, oh, you pay 15%, but you know, if you make like 30,000, you may only pay like 4% because,
Yeah.
you know,
Because
it's a lot
because
different.
they can't afford it. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of why I think a lot of people liked him, but you know, I mean, he was done after 8 years, you know.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just bullshit.
So the president makes
20.
$400,000 annually.
Oh, never mind. That's a lot.
Yeah, and it was set by Congress in 2001.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
How long until that goes up? I
who
mean, that's
knows?
been 22 years.
Yeah.
Without a pay increase.
Yeah, prior to that, the president's salary had been locked in at 200,000 for 30 years. Okay, so even in 2001, a $200,000 salary was a lot. Now, granted, I'm sure being the president of the United States takes its toll on you, and that, you know, maybe 400K isn't even worth it anymore. I don't know.
Well, how much of that money what does he have to buy himself? You know what I
Well,
mean?
so here
Like,
you go.
is he paying the staff?
Well,
Or is
no.
that coming from our
So
taxes?
that's our taxes, but the president is allotted 50,000 for expenses, probably clothes, you know, whatever.
On top of the
19,000,
400?
yeah, 19,000 for entertainment, and given access to $100,000 non-taxable travel account. Jesus. And Trump, okay, being president, receives an annual pension of $230,000 for the rest of his life.
Oh my God.
So you're getting over 50% pension at that point.
He's getting 200. He's getting 230 grand a year.
Yeah, just for being president. That's his pension.
Being a jackass.
Yeah.
That's worse.
It's like, I'm sure, like pension, you know, whether it's like a union type thing, you know, like a police or fireman union, they get pension, military pension. It's probably a percentage of your last paid salary. Given that they only, you know, make like 400 grand and it's set, it's probably just a set amount of pension.
Only 400 grand.
Yeah, only, right? Yeah.
Oh. I would like that.
Hell, I take the 230 grand a year for pension.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah.
That would more than make me happy. People say money don't buy happiness. That's a load of crock. It pays the bills and it makes you happy.
Their salaries should be based on the median income. So the president's salary should be the median income of the United States. And then after that, the senators are the median incomes of the areas they represent. That's what they should get paid. That'll incentivize them to
so the
make their people make more money.
The annual median income in 2019 was only $31,000.
There we go. That's what the president should make.
So this, okay. So think about, without giving away too much info, think about your salary and what you make. The annual household income, if you make 35 to 50,000, only accounts for 10% of the households in the US. 50,000 to 75,000 is 16%. 75 to 100,000 is 11%. And 100,000 to 150,000 is 15%. Like, so if 31,000 is the average salary, like, that's crazy if that's only 10% of the US population. Like, so the average salary.
How does that work?
Well, so the average salary, basically, if you make $35,000, you're in the top 10% of the population that makes that money. Like, you know, how many people are living in the US? Is like 300 million or something?
Yeah. So
yeah, 330 million. So 33 million of us made, you know, $32,000, or no, 35,000. 35,000 to 50,000 was 33 million people.
Was that after taxes?
Is
that gross or not?
It doesn't say that.
I'm gonna assume gross. I don't think they're gonna consider.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they don't know everybody's benefit options and shit like that.
So 18% individual Americans make over 100K a year. So, like, if you make 100K, you're in the top 18%. Like, cool. But that seems bizarre to me when you think of.
That's not a family. That's not a household.
No, okay, here. So 34% of households make over 100K a year. But that's, that could be 50K at each person, 60K each person, 100K and 10K, whatever.
That makes sense to me, because when you have people living together, they're a little older.
Yep.
They've been working for a little longer. They're making some more money. You put them together, and that's how you end up with a lot of households that are making over 100,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
So you're saying 115 million people, 35% household make combined over 100K a year.
Well, isn't that what you just said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So
I get it.
Yeah, and that
it should be the median household income. That's what our public sector should be making.
But this I think this median income, the 31,000, that's probably per individual. Let me see what median household income.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So national median household income, according to population survey in 2021, was 70,784. Which, according to this, is still only in the 16th percentile range. Like, to me, that seems absurd.
Maybe, we could go another step. We could say the president's income is the median of the of a disenfranchised culture, right? Like,
Could be.
you know what I
What
mean?
up,
We could say,
Eric?
Has it
oh, there
been?
he is.
What's that?
Has it been a week already?
has.
Yeah, you weren't here last week, so you
You
missed
didn't
out.
do your homework.
Yeah, we had a good talk. Good talk. Coffee talk.
You had a night coffee talk, yeah. It's like butter. Talk amongst
Like
yourself.
butter. I'm verklempt.
We
Not
we
verklempt.
already made a decision.
Okay.
Our elected officials cannot make
Mhm.
more than the median income of the area they represent.
Oh, there you go.
How about we just say median income versus what they represent? Because then you might have some people that, you know.
Oh, you mean the total median income?
Yes. So if it's
Yeah,
if it's
but
like 50 grand, we're doing 50 grand. But you
Okay.
might have some people that have in like a Lincolnshire, where median income might be like 200,000.
yeah,
Then you go to
Okay.
Waukegan and it's like what 20,000. You know what I mean?
but that would incentivize our officials to do more for the people they represent, right?
Okay,
No,
so
no,
so
well,
let's
making
so wait a minute. So wait, let's do this. So like Eric, you're in Wisconsin. If you say the median household income in Wisconsin, according to 2021 data, Census Bureau data, is
what, like 30 grand.
$67,080. That's household income. So probably two people figure working.
So me and Patty Melt would be 67 grand.
Right. So you're saying like your state senator or any of your elected officials that represent your state should probably make more than that. I'd be okay with that. But like when we looked it up,
no, not at all. I don't think so. They're civil servants.
It depends. I mean, granted, they're doing a hell of a lot more sitting in Congress or whatever the fuck they do. I don't know. I mean, unless you're Mitch McConnell, who reboots every seemingly in the middle of a conversation.
He's not rebooting. He's shitting his pants. Come on now. He's not rebooting. He's not a robot. He's old. He just went, and it depends,
Well, it was funny because we looked up.
It was a little old.
We were talking about that. Like he made, what did I say? He made $8 million last year alone on just businesses that he owns and his income. Like,
oh, look at Obama and look at McConnell, Pelosi.
Well, but that's like what we said. So the president makes 400 grand a year.
Yeah.
Plus whatever else they make for appearances, book deals, whatever.
Didn't Trump only take like $1?
No, he made 400 grand a year, and we're just talking about that. So
it all.
Okay, that's fine. But that's fine because the guy made money everywhere else. I mean, he had money.
He's got money, so yeah.
But like, he's got a pension now. His pension is 230 grand a year for the rest of his life. To do what? To throw the country into the shitter? I don't know. I mean, that's absurd to me because like, for what they do versus what they're rewarded with, it seems out of the, like, just completely out of proportion. Especially when you look at like the country statistics, when you've only got 10% median household incomes above 100K. Country, it's like he's already making more than the top median income in the top 10%. And the guy like doesn't, that's just what he's getting to be president, when he was president. Like that's absurd to me that he's just making more money than people who are like to me, he doesn't have to work anymore. That's his pension. But he's still working. He's 80 some years old. I don't know. I mean, Mitch McConnell, like, why is he still working? The guy is, 82 years old. He has no clue what's going on.
He's an elected official.
His salary as a senator was 200 grand.
Yeah. Pelosi.
To do what? To fall asleep and forget what he's talking about?
What's the Dianne Feinstein? Him and Feinstein, they keep getting elected.
Yep. And that's so like we were talking about Nikki Haley, who's one of the presidential, she's running.
Yeah.
One of her stances is that she came out and said about Mitch McConnell and the latest, issue he had this week, that, he said Senate is the most privileged nursing home in the country. Like she wants term limits. She wants age limits for this stuff because this is stupid. You've got clearly, like I told Dan, these guys are these guys are not doing this. They have no clue what they're doing. It's somebody is doing the Weekend at Bernie shit with them, because these guys have no clue what's going on. And you can tell just by looking at that video of McConnell earlier in the week, he was completely lost. Now, it's sad that the guy, but I mean, like, it's sad that the guy, last month or even a month ago when he had that stroke, but like, why keep putting him out there and doing this? Is he's clearly suffering, or at least has no clue what's going on.
He's shitting his pants. He's not rebooting. He's not stroking. He's pooping himself.
It's
right now, and I go. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what he did. Yeah,
that's what you're gonna see. He shit his pants.
Yeah, like what do you? I mean, what do you? Why do they? Limits? I don't get what they're benefiting by keep pushing these people out there and doing this.
Well, his term's got to end. I don't think he.
It ain't gonna end until he's 6 feet under, and even then, they're gonna probably find a way to. I mean,
I'm okay with it. You're gonna put a microphone in the coffin with him,
right? It'll be like when what's his face buried himself, David Blaine.
I was gonna say Copperfield.
Yeah, what they all did it.
I'm fine. I'm fine with age limits, but once you start talking about term limits, if the person's doing the job that they're elected to do, and they're doing, they're not going against the Constitution, I'm okay
with that. In a certain role, like I get the term limits for president, because you don't want somebody in there who's gonna run the place into the ground and not be able to get them out. You
don't want 8% inflation, all-time high gas prices. You don't want
whatever it is. I mean,
billions of dollars being given to Ukraine.
Look at any of the freaking presidents and all the they all got their good and their bad, and I think it's a give or take. Like Dan and I we talked about last week. All the candidates now, whether it's Vivek or this Kate person or anybody else that's running, like. They have their good and they have their bad, and they're trying to get their constituents to vote for them and get new votes, so clearly they can win. Now, some of these people aren't even going to make it to the selection process, and they're going to drop out just because they run out of money or they just not paying attention. It's
speaking of that. I don't think that Vivek guy is going to make it too much further. I think he's going to be.
He's the odd man out. He's the odd man out because he's got no, at least from what I saw, he has no politics background.
He's just a skinny. What did he say? A skinny brown kid with a funny last name.
Is that what he said to himself?
No, that's what he said at the GOP debate.
Like he said that about himself.
Yeah, this kid. I don't remember if he said skinny brown kid or skinny kid or what he said it was, but it's the same shit that Obama said. And,
wow.
Almost word for word. So, and, I mean, I voted for Obama twice, so I can't really say much about that. So,
yeah.
But with not the hate, but I use hate because fuck it, might as well. The displeasure, the dislike for Obama and what he did. I don't see him. I like some of the stuff Vivek was saying. I was jamming with it.
Yeah.
And then I was reading into, he's a pharma bro. He started talking like Obama, and it's like, okay, dude, no, don't go down that path, because if you want this side to vote for you, not this side. If you want to go onto this side, you're in the GOP. If you were going for the Democrat, the blue side. Bloods and the Crips. If you were going on the Crip side, say that stuff. But if you want to be on the Bloods, then you can't say that.
Right. No, I agree. I mean, I think that it's certainly any of the candidates have that. And you've got to really do your homework to understand what they're standing for, because I think depending what media outlet, website, whatever picks it up, they're going to run with whatever best. you're always going to run with like the bad shit when you talk about people, especially if it's the opposition. Nobody ever really talks about the good shit. That's the same reason, like when you go to review restaurants or product reviews, you rarely see the ones where people are like, hey, this thing's awesome, I'd buy 10 of them, or, you know, I love this restaurant. Like, it's always bad shit that people talk about.
See, I try to do that. If I have a good experience, I've been trying to
do that too, but I think it's not the norm. It's society as a whole doesn't focus on that, because you want to know when you're going to have a bad. Yeah, well, yeah, but you also want to know going into it. Like, if I look at a review and there's tons of negative reviews for a restaurant, I'm less likely to say, hey, let's go here, than I would be if there were no reviews at all. I'd be like, you know, people just don't review it. Maybe people like it. They don't post stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's the same with the politics. You know, any of these politicians, you're going to get people who slander them, run the commercials that this person's bad, this person's evil, blah, blah, blah. And like, you do your research and you look at it and it's like, oh yeah, Vivek talks a great talk, but yeah, on the back end, he's a pharma bro. You know, he supports Shkreli and jacking up the price of that insulin to like $800 a shot. I mean, that's like,
and he took money from Soros.
Right. Like, so what, you know, you got to look at all of them to understand that. You can't just go based on, and I think the problem with like, especially the younger people, and Dan, you know, this got young kids too, well, teenagers, like they just see what's right in front of them on their phone, whether it's TikTok or YouTube or Facebook or Insta or whatever. And
hold on. What's Instar? Hold on. Is that the new TikTok?
No, Instagram.
Oh, Insta.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Insta.
What the? Whoa. Okay, hold on. Whoa.
No. There might be one. I don't know, but I'm Insta is what I meant. Yeah, Instagram.
Okay, Insta. Okay.
And like sorry. They see that because that's the shit that's put out there.
If it's not on TikTok, nobody gives a fuck.
Right. Or it's, you know, I, as much as I hate to say it because I think it's overused, it's fake news. You know, you look at AI and all this crap now, what they can do with it with even just a voice alone. Like,
yeah, now there's legit fake news with the AI and the
like I mean, so what? Just last week, Joe Rogan got like he didn't get in trouble, but somebody was like, "Hey, like, what are you doing this for?" And it was basically somebody took a picture of him from his podcast or maybe when he was doing the UFC stuff, and they just put a video out there and they put his voice talking about something over it, and it was just the still picture. And people thought it was actually him making the comments. And they were like, no, it's AI. The guy like that actually made it came out and was like, no, this was all fake. Because he wanted to bring the light of like what we're capable of. And if people don't do their diligence to research what they're seeing and hearing, they fall for that shit. And I think, you know, that's why we get people storming the fucking Capitol and calling it an insurrection when maybe it was nothing. I don't know. I mean, it's, you know, you see both sides and nobody can make a damn decision on what happened anywhere or what somebody stands for. It's crazy because you'd like, even if you research it, those results come up. So it's like, what the hell?
You have to be able to look at the Fox News and the CNN and realize that Fox News used to be over here on the right. CNN was over here on the left. And you have to take their bullshit, take their biases out of it, and come into the center and go, okay, this is what happened.
But I think the problem is...
I poured it into this cup and I put it into this belly.
But if you look at that, so like, you know, you look at the big name news outlets, your CNN, your Fox, your MSNBC, whatever. Those are reputable because everybody knows them. You know,
no, both of them aren't fucking reputable.
But whatever. They're reputable. They're reputable by name, especially with the older generation, who that's all they target. But like, if you see an article or you see something on the news, and you go, "Oh, I'm going to Google that because I want to find more info about it," you're likely to find all this AI created crap, or you know, TikTok videos that people post. Or AI generated articles that are written completely, you know, on the fly, that can sway you one way or the other based on what you're seeing. And I don't, as much as I like to say that I want to believe that these news places are above beyond that, we know that a lot of them don't do their due diligence and research crap.
No, because they're all pushing the same bullshit lie. Yeah. They're all owned by like the same 3 people. And if anybody doesn't believe me, go ahead and look it up.
But the other issue is you got shit like, how many times do we read articles where The Onion, a known satire website, posts articles and news stories, and legit news sources pick it up and think it's true. Like,
I love it when that happens.
Love it. I mean, how long before an AI gets picked up and CNN runs with it and goes, "Oh my God, the president's declaring war on North Korea"? Like, what the fuck? I mean, it's gonna happen, and we know it's gonna happen. It's just the people are they're dumb. They don't research. They don't, they're so quick to just believe what they see. And want to, understand, that's CNN. I trust them. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. I don't trust any of them.
I don't either. I don't think I've watched a news broadcast on TV in probably a couple of years now. I mean, I'll turn it on and maybe watch the weather report or something, but that I can't even stand to watch that half the time.
No, exactly. I started watching Newsmax, and what was the other one? They were a little more, since this is my right side and this is my left side, they leaned they were a little more on the right side, but they still, kind of, in my opinion, they still shot a little straighter than, here's Fox News, here's CNN.
Yeah.
It was more, like I said, it was a little bit more right leaning, but it was still more in the middle. So it wasn't all doom and gloom.
Yeah.
Just do your research, people. Don't just take CNN, Fox News, ABC, NBC, WGN, for what they say.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, WGN, about all they're good for is the Cubs games.
Ironically, I used to love watching WGN in the mornings. Larry Potash, Robin Baumgartner,
Pat
Tomasulo.
The problem I have with watching some of that shit now, and it doesn't matter what station I turn on, it's always the same. I don't want to say the same content, but if you look at the news team, like the demographic and the makeup are like always the same.
Have you seen that video where they have, we're so-and-so new team, we're dedicated to providing you.
And they're all saying the same thing over and over.
They go to hundreds of stations, thousands of stations, and they're all saying the same shit. The only thing that changes is the
people, the actors,
the people, and the newscasters, and I'm from ABC, I'm from NBC, I'm from CBS, or TMJ or whatever the hell.
I got in an argument with one of the guys at work a while back because I call them actors, and I'm like, it's a fucking TV show. They're actors. Maybe the weather guy, because the weather guy.
Bullshit.
Like, you got to know. Some of them, like, you got to know that, like, what you're talking about at least, but. Some of them, like, when they clearly just put, like, the tall blonde bimbo in there to seriously just attract attention so people turn on the channel. But it's
like going on to the Hispanics channel.
Yeah. But anyway. I mean, it's like I don't know. I mean, they're reading off a teleprompter, they're reading off a script, they're reading off of some ticker that comes across their desk.
Yeah. Calling them actors works for me. I can.
I mean, it's basically what they are. They're told what to say. How's that any different than an actor? They got a union. Yeah, no. There's a new broadcasters union.
I can buy that. I can get on board with that. I can start calling them actors.
They're actors. I mean, look at it. They go to a studio, they record, they do their shit. They got hair and makeup. They got outfits. They're fucking actors. I'm sorry.
That works for me.
I mean, you could say that about a lot of different things. Like, I'm not gonna go into it, but
Yeah.
I think you just gotta call him a news anchor.
I'm trying to find a good angle where my gut from being in Florida isn't, extremely prominent.
The prominent gut, the Florida gut.
If anybody's curious, I put 6 pounds on while I was there. So
did you you guys got out of there before the storms rolled in, right?
yeah, we left Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, they got in there Monday, Tuesday. I saw they got hit pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Pensacola got hammered.
I didn't see that because that's where we were.
Yeah.
We were in Pensacola.
Yeah.
We were at a bar in Pensacola. I was texting you guys about that. We were at this. It's called the Seville, and there's like 6 different bars in one. You got the dance club, the Boom Boom Club. You got like a garage band. You've got like
Boom Club.
I think there was like a bourbon room or like a regular like sports bar kind of Cheers thing.
Everybody knows your name.
Excuse me. They had like pardon me. Karaoke, and the room we were in all night was the dueling pianos room. Now I didn't drink because I didn't want to be hungover for the flight home. Oh God, excuse me.
Jesus, Eric.
Sorry. Oh, I am so sorry. But we were in the dueling pianos room at the Seville at stone cold sober. I had so much fun. So much fun.
Was it like a lounge singer type thing?
There were 2 dudes up on stage playing piano, and they were going at an hour a crack. So after an hour, a new set would come in.
Well, like what were they playing? Was it like the classical lounge music or
whatever? No, they took requests.
Oh wow!
So within the first 10 minutes, we had a Nothing But a G thing playing.
Oh my gosh! How many people requested Stairway to Heaven?
I don't think any of them did. I'm not a big college football guy. John, I know you're not a big college football guy either. Dan, are you a big college guy?
No, I'm not.
No. Well, down there, obviously we were in Pensacola, so that's kind of like the Florida Georgia line ish.
Yeah.
You got the Georgia Bulldogs, you got Ole Miss, you got Tennessee, you got Bama, you got FSU, you got Miami University. It was getting a little Southern in there.
Oh man.
I mean, and I don't mean that to be offensive to anybody, but I turned to Michael, the gentleman, the husband to my wife's friend, and I'm like, is this some sort of Southern thing? Because I'm like, I've been to a ton of bars before. I've never been involved in something like this. They had they would write their own like little flag and put like Ole Miss on there, and
oh my gosh,
you gotta have like $35, and this one's $30, and I had no clue what was going on with that.
That's the dirty South, man.
It was so much fun. Everybody was like, usually you might see a fight or two, or people kind of just getting into it or being shitty. There was nothing. It was so much fun down there. Wow. I would go back to that bar, into that room any day of the week because it was just that much fun.
Now were they considering you a Yankee because you're up from the north?
We're Yankees. Oh yeah, we're Yankees. Yeah, because we're from Chicago,
north of the cheese curtain.
Mount Prospect, but yeah, I mean, we're from Illinois.
Northwest Burbs represent.
We're north of the Mason-Dixon line.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't have, the Gadsden flag tattooed on my ass.
Right.
Not that I'm opposed, but yeah, it was fun. And then the flight home, God, I don't ever want to get back on a plane again.
You said they diverted when they were going to land, or did they?
We left Pensacola, and when we were on approach to Charlotte, because our layover was in Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
Runway's like here. You're sitting there, you see the runway coming, boom, boom. It's boom, 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 fast. I swear to God, if the plane was like, if there was 10 feet from the landing gear to the
did like a ground, touch and go.
He went and then right back up, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Get this shit back on the ground before I have a coronary. I guess it's called a go around. Okay. My cousin said something about somebody drove on the runway, so we had to stop.
What?
Or
like a car like drove on the runway?
Maybe like
Oh my god.
emergency vehicle or something. And then the when I looked it up online, it had something to do with the runway. Like he didn't like where he was in the runway,
Ah, like if
so he
you
just
landed too far out, yeah.
something like that. So yeah,
I guess it's
and
worse than missing the edge and ended up in a field somewhere, right?
you know what? Yeah, well, the flight home from Charlotte to Milwaukee, yeah, that was not fun.
Nice.
We got in the air and he's like, we're reporting turbulence. You know, we're going to do what we can to divert and go around all the turbulence. He's like, hopefully I'll be able to turn the fasten seatbelt signs off. And for the first 45 minutes to an hour, the stewardesses, the two stewardesses that were on the flight, stayed in their seats.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we landed. It felt like you dropped 300 feet,
Oh yeah, well, typical.
There was only a couple nasty ones, but for the most part, that flight was pretty smooth after that.
Nice.
But he got, we couldn't go to the bathroom for the most part because, well, we were in our seats. So we went to the bathroom when we landed, and I'm standing there and waiting for Patty Melt, and I see the pilots come walking, and they're talking to the next pilot that's going on the same plane back to Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
And I'm standing there and I'm kind of overhearing the conversation. He's like, yeah, that was a rough flight. He's like, we had to divert, we had to do this, we had to do that. He's like, we had the I forget what he called them, but the stewardesses. I say stewardesses because there were two females.
Flight attendants.
There we go. Yeah, the two flight attendants were seated
actors
for like 45 minutes.
I don't think it's that kind of movie, Dan.
They're just doing what they're told.
I don't think it's that kind of movie.
They have lines.
Ah, that's right.
They have costumes.
That's right.
They don't necessarily have makeup.
Yeah, they don't.
No one's
makeup,
really
right?
reporting them.
Yeah. They gotta know where those exits are. They gotta show you where the exits are.
That was us. We were at the exit row.
I love the exit row, man. So much legroom.
No. But yeah, it was. He was telling him. He's like, yeah, on the way, the way here. He's like, it's a rough go.
Wow.
And I guess they said something about there was a ground stoppage, after we landed. In North Carolina, because there was supposed to be storms that day too.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I'm glad to be back. And no offense, I'm not getting on a damn airplane again.
Come on, it's not too bad.
Yeah, all 6 pounds went to this, I think. So
it's stress weight, is what you're saying.
Probably my body going, all right, why are we 36,000 feet up in the air?
Yeah.
What do they say? That takeoff and landing are the most dangerous parts of your flight.
Yep, they're also the worst. I hate them. I hate the feeling you get when you're going, and like the one time we flew out of Vegas for work back in 2020, like Vegas sucks because literally it's like they go straight up. They don't because they got to clear the mountains.
Yeah, that's how Reno is.
Yeah, Reno's the same way. Yeah. And then going in is even worse because it's literally like you drop, you hit the runway, and they're like, you're like, oh my god.
Smokey and I, we were leaving Reno in I don't know, 2005 maybe, I don't remember. We were in the back of the plane by the toilets.
Oh.
And it was Chris and I, and we cleared the mountains, and we're at the back of the plane. It felt like the back of the plane was getting taken off.
Yeah.
But
and you're you're sitting there you're looking straight up, and you're like, oh, this isn't right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So maybe that was the only thing that changed. Is I wasn't drunk. I was sober this whole time. So maybe I just need to fly hammered.
There you go. There's a lot of people that do that.
Be drunk before I show up to the airport, and then
Nice.
Let's see.
What'd you have, Eric? Any notes?
Oh yeah, I've got a few.
I got a. I don't know if it's a viewer question. I saw this.
I have a few viewer questions.
Posted somewhere else. Because I'll go on mine because you were talking about the the 90s, back in the 90s, listening to the music and stuff.
Yeah.
So what one thing, if you heard, saw, or smelled it now, would immediately take you back to like a moment in the 90s? Music, a movie, TV show, a smell, a sound. What one thing?
What one thing? I gotta pick one.
Yeah.
One Thing by Finger 11. That's from the 90s.
Is it really? Oh, crap.
I think so. I don't know.
What's one thing? I gotta remember. Is it?
Damn it, Dan! Now I've got that song in my head. 2003. Okay, it's I guess.
Oh, you're lucky.
Bowling alleys.
Bowling
the
alleys.
Smell of a bowling alley. There's a certain smell in some bowling alleys. Now, it's not really the ball being drilled, but there's a smell to bowling alleys that just takes me back to the Striking Images days, where Rob, Ben, Smokey, Marquardt, Warren, that whole
I don't
bunch
know.
of nerds.
See that makes me think of like.
Oh, I got one.
Patchouli and cigarettes.
There we go. I have one. I'm going to take two because this one is personal to the three of us.
Oh.
The smell in a seasonal department every time I walk into a Home Depot.
God, yes. Yes, Christmas time. And the fake snow on the ground.
No, every time I walk into a seasonal department or something like a Home Depot.
Yep. That fertilizer chemical smell.
Yeah.
Brings me back to Handy Andy every single time. Yep. So I will, as much as the bowling alley one, yes, that is true.
Yeah, good old Handy Andy.
I bowled all the way to 2011 from. Shit, I was 6. So what? Wow. 84, 85. Good Lord. So bowling alley, yes, but the smell of like a Home Depot that reminds me of the Handy Andy smell.
Jeez.
Takes me back to all that nonsense. My Cutlass,
Oh God, the Grand Prix.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking Ben's arm as he fell off the trunk lid.
Mm-hmm.
Or shoulder.
With the car that had no pickup.
Yeah.
Dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah. Like, how the hell you do that on your day off?
Getting hit by Dan's Ford Probe when he popped it in reverse and I'm behind there.
Oh, the Ford Probe.
I don't remember hitting anybody.
Yeah, you smacked into me.
I was a good driver.
John threw it into drive. Or into reverse when you were kind of revving it a little bit.
I don't think I did that. Don't be putting this on me.
That does sound like something you would do, John.
It does, but I can't recall. I have no recollection of said events.
I remember the first time he was riding in the Probe with me, and it had all the buttons, and he's just hitting all the buttons. He's changing it from like imperial to metric, and I'm all of a sudden going in kilometers an hour.
That's right, all digital. Hold on one sec, I'll be right back.
No.
Yeah, that Ford Probe. Those things were awesome, man. I love those things. That generation, your generation, and the generation after that, those were some cool cars. Those were supposed to take over for the Mustang, if I recall correctly. And then they didn't have the following that Ford thought they were. Something along those lines.
Ford Probe.
The good old days.
Diamond Girl playing on the radio.
You're my diamond girl. Oh God! Now I'm gonna find that on Spotify.
I was gonna say mine would probably have been. It was a song. It would have to be "What's Up," the club mix by DJ Miko, because it was like everywhere we went, that fucking song was played.
Yeah, right. Rick Ashley. Yeah, Rick Ashley.
What's up?
Yeah, it was the Four Non Blondes. You remember that song? And then like DJ Miko did like a club mix.
I'm with you now. Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, they did the He-Man, doing the 10-hour dance to it on YouTube.
It was Four Non Blondes just on the show. It sounded like I heard them sing.
I think so. They might have been.
That was amazing.
Oh, there you go, Diamond Girl.
All right, awesome. We're gonna put that on this playlist. Add playlist. Rob Bass and DJ Easy.
Oh my god.
Africa, Bambaataa, Planet Rock, Out Here Brothers.
Oh, so you basically
add
you're
to
playing
playlist.
the now that's what I call music, like
Oh,
you know,
dude.
disc 5.
It's shuffled with all that. Oh yeah, we're gonna definitely keep that on that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. Now that's what I call music. Volume 8.
Yeah, shit.
I remember buying those. I remember buying those on tape and then getting the CD, thinking that was
from
cool.
like Columbia. Yeah.
No, I just go to that freaking like disc store at just like even before Best Buy, really.
Disc Replay
Tower Records?
Tower Records. There was one in Randhurst, but then there was the one by where the Egghead Software used to be. It was like Peaches, I think they called it. And they sold. It was almost like a what is it, FIM or whatever the hell, FYM. They sold like movies and crap too. But it was Peaches. I thought it was called Peaches Records.
No, Coconuts.
Maybe was it Coconuts? I thought there was a Peaches. I'm gonna Google.
Coconut? Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you a question. I have a couple that are a little well,
Coconut
I have one
Records.
that's a little risky.
Okay, go for it.
So I'm gonna ask this one first. It's a listener question. Would you be what would make you mad or madder? What would you be more mad about? Your partner watching porn or using the highlight reel?
Using the what?
Or using a
The highlight reel. The highlight reel. You never heard of that?
No.
You've never heard about the highlight reel?
No.
Okay, never mind.
We're gonna plead the fifth on that question.
Yes, I think
Is it? Are they both related to that though?
Yeah,
you're gonna make me Google it, aren't you?
One's a personal highlight reel.
Personal highlight reel. I'm still not picking up what you're throwing down.
All right, never mind. I'm gonna say. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that if John and I have not heard of it, it means it didn't take off socially, and should not be said ever again.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what is it from Mean Girls? Fetch. Stop trying to make fetch happen.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
John and I are the plastics.
Yeah.
I can't believe you brought up a Mean Girls reference.
Yeah,
that movie's awesome.
Oh god.
I've never seen Mean Girls.
What?
I've never seen Mean Girls.
Dude, that's like a given. When did that come out? That was 2004.
Patty Mel. When did Mean Girls come out?
2004.
Prime Lindsay Lohan and
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams?
Yep. Tammy Faye, Amanda Seyfried, I think, was in it. There was a couple others.
And that one girl, whose name I can't
was it the chick from was it Family of Five or whatever the hell it is? The parents died. That one.
What?
What the hell is that show? No.
I'm trying to make fetch happen.
What about a Dutch oven?
Oh, jeez.
Check the highlight reel.
So, okay. Since you don't know the references, never mind. I look like the asshole. Not the first time.
Well, is the person who asked the question of a younger generation that maybe understands that lingo? Because we're old fogies. We're old fogies here.
I bet you if I asked like Smokey, he'd understand.
I don't know. I just tell Smokey to stop trying to make fetch happen.
I'll bet
you he would get that.
What's make fetch happen? Hold on. Make fetch happen? What the hell is that? Is that some sort of
ask your wife?
Yeah, ask your wife.
No cap.
Make fetch happen meaning. Excuse me.
Meaning.
Stop trying to make it happen. Okay.
There you go, right there. I just linked it.
I was just told I was old.
Oh,
I'm
God.
seasoned.
Seasoned. Patina. It's patina.
I'm seasoned. I'm not old.
You're patinaed.
So, okay.
Vintage.
What's that? I don't even go here.
You
Well,
don't even go.
you're in our house, so I go.
Oh,
in that
I know what she's talking. You
Don't even go there.
No,
Yeah,
you
I
don't
know.
even go.
I know. But I've never seen that movie.
Oh my
So,
God.
Superman versus Thor. Who'd win?
Didn't we do this
Oh,
already?
Lord. Yeah. Didn't we agree
I thought we had a conversation about this.
that
I don't
Stewie
know
from
about
Family
Superman.
Guy would win?
Yeah, Stewie. Yes.
No way. I'm all about Brian. I mean, you can't beat a talking fucking dog.
I'm sure the
talking
ASPCA
dog.
would be all over you for beating on a dog.
Well, yeah, okay, but still. Yeah.
Superman or Thor?
Oh. So I think we had this conversation because I think at one point I asked, are we talking like comic book Superman Thor or movie Superman Thor?
Whichever. I'm saying Soups.
Soups versus Thor. Thor is a god of thunder. Superman, was he considered a god? I don't think he was he?
No, he's
No. But Thor also got smacked down by Thanos, and no offense, Superman would tear the fucking roof off of Thanos.
Well, so that's the funny thing is Thanos got beat by what, Captain Marvel?
He was supposed to get beat by Captain Marvel.
Yeah. She ends up tearing him a new one, and I
think that's when Captain Marvel was a dude, but
she or he is very, very similar to Superman in that respect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to probably go Superman.
Yeah, I say Superman.
I think I'd probably go like Christopher Reeve Superman, not Henry Cavill Superman.
I can do that.
You got to represent the OG Superman.
I can do that.
I mean,
well, the guy wasn't the OG Superman Steve. I heard something about Christopher Reeves. He's what, 6 or was 6'4"?
I think so. Something.
He put on 30 pounds for the role of Superman.
Wow. I mean, dude, the guy flew around the planet and spun it backwards and made time go backwards to save a woman. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If he lost to Thor, he would just fly around and reset.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was reading. That's what I was reading when I was on the flight, trying not to poop myself because, well, I was scared shitless.
Oh my God.
I
think we're from henceforth we're gonna refer to that as McConnelling.
Okay. Before I McConnell myself, yes.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Do Lego people live in houses made of their own flesh?
I see what you're saying. So, like, if the house is built out of Lego and they're Lego plastic,
mm-hmm.
I mean, what kind of weird, twisted world is that where they're like basically crafting stuff out of their own body parts? I mean,
well, if you think about it, these are skeleton. These are part of your skeleton, and this is the only part of our skeleton we brush.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Now you got me thinking about that.
Some sort of sick leather face fetish?
Yeah, like they're wearing their skin. Like, yeah. Oh man, I got a good one, but I'll wait till you finish yours.
And if you sit on a toilet, are you connecting your butthole to a citywide network of connected buttholes?
I think that only comes
Mario
into play.
Brothers?
Oh Jesus, that totally puts it in a different perspective.
Yeah.
But I don't like you're talking about like everybody has to be sitting at the same time, right?
No, just
it's like a telephone network.
I sit on a toilet and do 3 houses down, 7 houses that way, 2 houses that way. We're all connected to the same Ethernet, so to speak.
I guess.
Ethernet.
I don't think that's how it works.
RJ butthole.
Oh, the poop.
45.
So, but okay, John, you said you had one.
So it's more of a like a shower thought. I think it's what they call them.
Hey, wait a minute.
Well, no, like
No.
you're in the shower and you think of something like, oh crap, like like the best time to have a thought. So, how do you feel knowing that sex toys in the Toy Story universe have it a lot worse than any other toy?
Is this an upcoming Toy Story sequel? What are we talking about?
Maybe.
That's the adult version. That's the Triple X version.
I mean, putting it in that perspective makes like it seem like what Sid was doing to him, like almost like he was saving them.
Was it?
I mean, they're toys, right? So,
and they come alive,
right? Like that kind of goes along the line of, I think you guys have heard it. Like if Andy's playing with his toys and Woody died, he wouldn't know. He'd just be playing with a dead toy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Actually, I was reading something the other day where it was in Monsters Inc. One of the monsters came freaking out through his door. You know how they had those doorways?
Yeah.
Came freaking out and scared. And they showed the door when it was open, and it showed a poster, and the poster correlated to Sid's room in Toy Story. What kind of sick, sadistic shit was that kid doing to scare a monster like that?
Oh, okay. I Googled it. Yeah. So they're saying that Andy and Sid had their own monster.
Mm-hmm.
Aha. Okay. I'm gonna put this in WhatsApp. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So the first half is obviously Sid's room. And the second half there is the poster.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
I mean, it doesn't have the same angle and stuff, and everybody can have posters, but
yeah,
makes you curious.
Yeah.
Target, if you're ever listening, I got one for you.
Oh gosh.
Your return desk. Well, no, I had to return something, and I got out of the car to go return it versus Patty Melt.
Okay.
And kid behind the desk was like, "Is there a reason for a return?" They need to have something on their computer screen for me to go, the wife told me to return it or something along those lines.
Oh.
Because it's effective, doesn't, it didn't work, it didn't fit, it didn't do this. Wife told me to. They need one of those. So Target, if you're ever paying attention, not that you're ever going to, you need my wife told me to.
I agree with you there, but I just think at some point, like, they should see if any guy walks in with something that's clearly not something a man would buy because they're returning it for their wife. Like, they should just they should just unequivocally take it back without a question. They just see you coming and they've already got the money ready and just hand it back to you. It's like a silent exchange. You do the head nod and you walk away.
Yeah.
Like, no one has to know. No one has to know.
They're gonna know. No one's gonna know.
No one's gonna know. Just return it.
Did you know that Aladdin was set in Baghdad?
Was it really? Why did I think it was like Egyptian
or like Indian, not Middle Eastern?
Yeah.
Yeah, Baghdad.
Did they actually talk about that somewhere in the movie?
I think so.
Wow. I had another one that I was going to talk about a while back, but I'll wait. Well, so I was reading this article that, like, so the Goonies TV show or the Goonies movie.
Yeah.
I guess in the beginning of the movie, there's a scene where they show a headline on the newspaper about the Fratelli family, like robbing a bank or something.
Yes.
And it says October 24th, 1985, which was a Thursday. 2 days later, the Goonies gang sets out to find One-Eyed Willie's treasure, which is the 26th on a Saturday.
26th.
The October 26th, 1985 is the day that Marty went back, or first showed, Doc Brown first showed Marty the Flux Capacitor.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and then they went back to November 5th,
Yeah.
1955.
Are they in the same universe?
Ooh.
It's entirely possible, right?
It's entirely possible because where was Twin Pines Mall supposed to be?
I thought that was California, wasn't it?
I don't remember. Are we making fetch happen?
Hill Valley is a fictional town in California.
California, all right.
So it's just south because Goonies was like Oregon coast or whatever, Astoria or whatever. It was one of the coastal cities it's supposed to be. But
I thought Goonies was East Coast.
Was it? Well, I know they filmed it in Astoria. That's like an actual place because that's like everyone wants to live there, and apparently the like the house that they used for the filming, yeah, Astoria, Oregon, okay. I think, is that right?
They stayed at okay, so yeah, it was Oregon. Okay, the
house
I never looked up.
The original house that they used.
Still there.
Yeah, and I guess the person that bought it wanted to like change it or something because like people go to it, like it's like they see it and they want to take pictures in front of it. And like the person that bought the house like was like, I'm not gonna have any of that. But like everybody else in the town is like, what the fuck are you doing? Like this is like it's part of our town. You don't go changing that shit. Like get out. And I don't know if the person left or whatever, but yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. I read about that. It was like a couple of years ago they were talking about it. Somebody bought the house and wanted to like remodel it, like paint it and shit.
Goonies never say die.
Yup. Sloth Love Chunk.
Sloth Love Chunk.
Hey, you guys.
So, I gotta ask that one later. I'll do that one. Yeah, Chief O'Brien did get promoted. He became lieutenant and then a professor at Starfleet Academy. So I'll delete that one.
Was that was that in the show?
No, I think it's in the extended universe. But in the shows, Deep Space Nine, The Next Generation, he's always been Chief O'Brien. He was never Lieutenant O'Brien, Commander O'Brien.
Gotcha. Sorry, getting my cat out from behind the computer.
But he was always Chief O'Brien. So
okay.
He never really got promoted. But I came up with that because I finished watching Voyager. All 7 seasons.
Yeah.
And I just started watching Deep Space Nine, but
Deep Space Nine.
Justice for Harry Kim, because he was 7 seasons, and they were out in the Delta Quadrant for how long? Like 10 years, I think it was, or 7 years, or 20 years, however long they were in the Delta Quadrant.
Yeah.
70,000 light years, and he never got promoted.
Wow.
He was always Ensign Kim.
That's messed up.
So I was like, what the hell?
That's a long time to be
to not get. Nobody got promoted. Same with Next Generation. Nobody really ever got promoted in the 7 seasons for that one.
Sorry, my cat's climbing around behind the computer.
Before I say this, I've noticed looking it up.
Stupid cat.
Somebody told me the meaning of dude.
Dude, like D-U-D-E? Dude.
Like dude, yeah. Somebody said.
Is that like beekeeper? Didn't somebody tell you that?
Somebody said, I gotta double check before I say that. Is it maybe D-O-O-D?
Dude is what you call someone when you aren't sure about their name. Dude is a word that can be used in any situation as a replacement for an actual sentence.
I think whoever told that to me is full of shit. I'll get back with you on the meaning of dude.
Hold on.
Is butt cheeks one word, or do we spread it apart?
Oh, that's not right. Nope. I'm sorry, I'm chasing around the freaking cat. Hold on, I'm gonna get him out of this room. 1 sec.
Farts are the ghosts of food. You still there, Dan? Dan? Anybody there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm here. I forgot how to use my
oh,
phone.
oh, okay.
It
I was like,
happens.
wait, what? All right. So, do you remember Richard Simmons wearing a headband?
Oh my god, my apologies to all of our
No, that's all right.
viewers and listeners.
Here's some
Frickin' cat.
Mandela effect bullshit. When you think of Richard Simmons, do you think of him wearing a headband or not wearing a headband?
Oh, where have I heard that? I think of him with the headband, but I saw something that said he didn't ever wear one, right?
Yeah. Even his costumes have a headband.
Well, that was like the one I saw the other day that Ed McMahon didn't actually work for Publishers Clearinghouse.
I asked my mother that. I said, "Who do you remember, on the Publishers Clearinghouse?" She's like, "Ed McMahon."
Yeah, I mean, apparently he's not.
Yeah. Anybody listening, paying attention? Do you remember Richard Simmons with a headband? Do you remember Ed McMahon handing out the checks to Publishers Clearinghouse?
Yep.
You may already be a winner.
You may, and if you guess right, you already are a winner, right?
You might be a wiener.
Oh, okay. So, dude is poop upside down. DOD. It's poop.
No, I was told. I'm gonna chat with the person that told me this, but dude means hair in an elephant's butt.
Is that like dork is like a whale's dick?
I wonder if that's what it is.
Yeah,
hair on an elephant's butt. A dude. DUDETT is hair on an elephant's butt.
Do that. Huh.
It's also somehow related to a word that means horsehair. Huh.
Oh,
okay. So that's true.
So someone is saying here the word dude is the name for an infected elephant's butt hair.
Okay, dude.
Yep. Sup, dude.
I saw a meme the other day that said something that had to do with the Gilligan's Island people saying, "Here's
the
proof
Professor Marianne and all that."
Yeah, here's proof that you don't need toilet paper to survive. So I have a question.
That's true.
How did they just hop in the ocean? Did they use leaves?
Well, it's possible.
What did they?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible they just did it. I mean, bidet, in the ocean, right? Get swept out to sea.
Yeah, but then that means you might swim in your own.
Well, I mean,
your own
downstream.
No.
I mean, I find it hard to believe they were all just running around Mitch McConnelling themselves.
Oh.
Stop trying to make McConnell happen.
Yeah, right. You're making McConnell happen.
Oh God.
So Patty Milk got caught up in this Bama Rush Week stuff on TikTok. Did you watch any of that?
Bama Rush Week.
I guess that was huge on the TikToks. Anybody pay attention to that? If anybody pays attention to Bama Rush,
what is Bama Rush?
Bama, the Alabama.
Oh, okay, Roll Tide. Okay.
Like Roll Tide. Yeah. And they were rushing for sororities.
Oh, okay. I never went to college. I couldn't tell you what
I guess Morgan and Bella Grace were crushing Bama Rush Week.
Who are these people? Are we supposed to know them?
I don't fucking know them either.
It's a thing.
It was huge.
They spend so much money.
Just Alabama, or is it like other places that do it?
Rush.
I guess this was just Alabama. This was just Bama Rush. I guess there's like a show or something about it.
Oh, like a TV show. Okay, I thought you were like actually talking about like these people like we're supposed to know who they are.
No, and this was, and it was on TikTok too. I guess I guess the last week I didn't get to report this last week, so I'm a week behind. They were done.
Is this our demographic now? Is this what we're appealing to?
FYP, no cap, for real. I'm God.
Dan, I think we were right. We were right last week. Hashtag better without Eric.
I have no idea what Eric is talking about.
I have no idea either. I'm so old and lost. I have no clue.
No, there are Russians in Alabama. What's going on?
Maybe. Morgan, I guess Morgan, one of the girls, Morgan, got booted because of something to do with like her. She had like a PR team and all that stuff.
Why do college kids have a fucking PR team?
Why?
I don't know. And then
that's where the money's at.
I don't know.
They were on TikTok and they became not household names, but they became.
They're YouTube famous.
Oh my God, they're influencers. They're fucking influencers.
Use that for anyone who's famous because of social media.
Influencers. They're influencers.
Yeah.
Fucking influencers.
Companies threw money at them and gave them hairdressers and the TV show and
where are shoes? Where are clothes?
VIP fan.
Number one fan.
Better with Eric.
Number one Bama fan right there. That guy.
This is the last time we're going to talk about Bama Rush.
Yeah, this guy right here to my immediate right on the camera. This is the Bama fan. Yeah, I'm looking at what Discord. This guy right here.
Who is that? Is that you pointing to me?
Yeah. That way. That's according to the way it's being recorded.
Okay, because I got my screen here. I got you and.
Oh, I got it spread across. So yeah, the way it shows on the recording.
I wonder if I can do that here.
Bama's number one fan right there. Morgan from Bama's number one fan.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't. I mean, that gets creepy. So.
Well, I mean, he's the one who's talking about it.
Hey, whatever.
Swing in your age group.
Yeah.
I
stay in your lane, dude. Stop trying to make it happen. Oh crap! We're gonna get totally demonetized and canceled for this somehow.
We're monetized?
No, but maybe that's the secret to not getting canceled. You just don't have any viewers, so there's nobody to cancel us.
Yeah, we should. We can have a party for annual not being canceled.
That's right.
How did you avoid being canceled?
We don't have any viewers. Yeah, nobody watches us.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk about whatever the hell we want. We'll never get canceled.
That's what I joke about it at work whenever our network goes down. I'm like, well, we're really secure now. No one can get in. There's no network.
That's great. That is great. What are you doing, Eric? Do you know technology?
I'm trying to see how can I get it to where it's the three of us across the screen.
Do you even technology, bro?
No, I don't technology. I fix shit.
God. Yeah, you're on the iPhone, right? You probably don't have enough screen width to do it.
I'm on my tablet. My what's it called? iPad.
Ah, okay.
I say shit like, have you guys tried kangaroo flavored beer? You can really taste the hops.
Oh.
Wah, wah, wah. That was a good one.
Oh my God. I don't, dad jokes are us.
Yes. Hey, that's what I'm here for.
That was a good one.
Yeah, you can really taste the hops. I liked it. I like that.
Yeah, you like that? How about I was at we were shopping the other day at Aldi, and we're walking, and I see some lady in front of us, and she drops steak onto the floor. I look at her and go, "Whoops! I guess it's ground beef."
Oh.
Lady didn't even seem amused. I was like, "Lady, that's showbiz. Come on."
Jeez, showbiz. Hey, do you guys know how to find Will Smith in the snow?
By his Fresh Prince.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, I got one for you. I don't know if you heard about this one. I was watching something about movie physiques. That's where I heard about the Christopher Reeve thing.
Okay. Okay. So like
Um,
actors and actresses bulking up or whatever.
yeah. They were talking about Wesley Snipes. And, because Wesley Snipes, he has a black belt in karate, and then he trained in kickboxing and jiu-jitsu. So he's,
I gotcha.
he's legit. Um, I didn't know. I don't remember. It was 2005. Excuse me. Snipes was supposed to fight Joe Rogan in a UFC match
Okay.
because
That.
Rogan was a Taekwondo guy and now
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu guy and all that.
But
So
Snipes is like a
I
lot bigger than him, isn't
that I'm not sure, but
he?
I thought that was definitely an interesting tidbit of information. And if I recall right, Snipes is the one that backed out.
Oh, so Wesley Snipes is 5'9". He knows Hapkido, Shotokan, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, kickboxing.
Tapkido's a legit style.
Joe Rogan's 5'8".
That's what my black belt's in.
Doesn't
Tapkido.
say what he's done. Just says
Rogan?
martial arts, yeah.
Rogan, if I recall, was Taekwondo and something else, and Jiu-Jitsu maybe, and then I don't know anything else, but yeah, like Rogan was legit too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's how he got his start. He
Or
was
is
doing
legit, yeah.
he was doing UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he on like that first episode of the show that was like on TV or whatever the hell it was, that reality show? Like the next UFC star, wasn't that like how he got his start?
Oh, in terms of being a commentator,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how he got.
Oh, I
there.
thought that's like how he got it because he fought. Yeah, didn't Rogan actually fight?
Not in the UFC, not that I recall.
Well, I mean, that would have been before. He's like 50 some years old, so it would have been before UFC, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
back when UFC was actually UFC, it was different styles
Cage
versus
fighting, yeah.
where it was like a one night thing where everybody fought in that one night, and it was
Well,
basically last man standing.
So they did. So now correct me, because UFC is typically any style versus any style, right?
UFC, it's more MMA, mixed martial arts. It's more
Right.
grappling now.
But
More
like
jiu-jitsu,
you could have
wrestling.
like a karate guy go up against a jiu-jitsu guy. What was the one? What was the one where they did like they'd pair them off? So it was like, oh, these guys both did, but like they both did like karate, and these guys did, just street fighting, like boxing. And these guys, like, I always thought UFC was like mixed. Was the whole MMA thing?
That's what it originally started. It was like a Kenpo karate guy versus a Gracie jiu-jitsu guy. Tank Abbott versus a shoot fighter of Ken Shamrock.
Gotcha.
What was the one big monster? The guy, because one of the guys, Hackney, was that Keith Hackney? I think that was his Kenpo karate gym was in Roselle. I think Tasca maybe Roselle. I think Roselle.
Roselle, yeah.
Lombard,
born in Roselle, Illinois. Damn. American Kempo and Taekwondo.
Yeah, Kenpo is what the guy from The Perfect Weapon.
He goes by the Giant Killer.
Jeff Speakman was his name. The actor. I'm surprised I remember any of that.
Gotcha.
I can't remember what I did today, but I can tell you,
Yeah.
UFC, when it was style versus style, it wasn't everybody training the same way. It was different styles just kind of fighting, which I liked a lot more than now. I liked that more, but it is what it is.
Gotcha.
But
yeah, Keith Hackney. Wow, this looks like the guy that fought in with what's his name, Jean-Claude Van Damme. What was the movie he was in? Was it who was the big guy that he fought with? The white guy that was in his corner. Kind of looks like this guy. You know what I'm talking about, right? What the hell was that movie? Was it now I feel not Double Impact, was it?
No, No, Double Impact was him.
Was it just Kickboxer?
No, Kickboxer was
What was the one where the guy threw the stuff in his face? He was fighting the Asian guy.
Oh, Bolo Young, Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. Wasn't the big white guy? It looks kind of like this Keith Hackney guy. Let me look it up.
Jackson, Ray Jackson. You look like the Jackson.
That's right. That's right. Oh my God, Forrest Whitaker was in that. Holy cow! Yeah, he does. He kind of looks like Donald Gibb. Wow. I wonder if that's who the character was based off of.
Maybe.
Interesting.
Emmanuel Yarborough. That was the guy's name? Because that guy was like twice his size, 3 times his size. The big dude that he fought.
So Donald, the Asian guy?
Emmanuel Yarborough. Was that it? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's been a while.
He was amateur sumo. Yeah. He held the Guinness World Record for heaviest living athlete. 6'8", 600 pounds.
The guy he fought? Holy cow.
Yeah. Emmanuel Yarborough. Yeah, the black dude.
Wow.
He died in 2015 at 51. Well, at 6'8", 600 pounds. I mean, what are you going to say? But,
yeah.
Damn. But yeah, I enjoyed those more because it wasn't just ground and pound. Try to get somebody in a rear naked choke or an armbar or, anything like that. You had a guy that might be a striker,
sure,
taekwondo guy versus a karate guy versus a capoeira guy versus a jiu-jitsu guy versus a wrestler versus a boxer.
Yeah.
Versus some dude that knows Krav Maga or, Tang Soo Do, or anything like that.
Okay. That makes sense.
The more The Quest, the movie The Quest with Van Damme, which was like a Bloodsport 2 kind of thing.
Well, there was a Bloodsport 2, wasn't there?
Not with Van Damme.
Okay, it was somebody else.
He was talking about Van Damme. The other day was talking about something on Facebook. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Something that was going to make everybody happy. Bloodsport 2?
Like that'd recently?
Awesome. Yeah, like not that long ago. What is this? Huh. He's still there's a hint for his upcoming Van Damme movie. It doesn't show anything, but it looks like him kind of de-aged.
Wow. I mean, I guess anything's possible with AI nowadays.
If they come up with a Bloodsport 2, I'm in. I'll watch it. Not even a thought. Bloodsport's one of my favorite movies. From when we were kids.
You're always big into those the karate, the
martial art
Bruce
movies?
Lee. Yeah, Bruce Lee was huge. I remember you always used to watch those.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
where'd Dan go?
I don't know. Did we lose him? Internet drop?
Is it because we're better without Eric?
Oh, better without Dan. Oh, yeah, he had to drop.
No, okay.
That's all right. We got families. It's all about family.
Better without Dan.
Hashtag better without Dan.
Hey, if we're gonna talk shit, we might as well.
I'm trying to make better without Dan happen.
I'm gonna come up with a sticker for that.
Stop trying to make it happen.
No fetch.
Hashtag no fetch.
Hashtag no fetch. Let's see. Do you have anything?
No, I mean, I'm looking back through some of the ones that we had before.
Yeah.
Like even last week we talked about some stuff. I got into some weird whistleblower crap with the UFO stuff.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I'll listen and I'll make some notes.
Yeah, I mean, like I didn't cover any of this. I think because you were out, and then I want to say the week before that we were not last week, but the week before that.
The week before that, yeah, you guys were out.
Yeah, we were out, and then when we finally got together, I think even the one prior to that, I don't know, we went off about something. The three of us, we had a really good conversation, and then like I didn't get to cover any of the stuff I had notes on.
Yeah, we went through. We just kind of would go off on a tangent on some things. And
Well, that's how we are. I don't know if people like that or not. I don't, I mean, quite frankly, I don't care. It's like, it's just, we're doing it to just bullshit. If people want to, listen into what we got to talk about. Hey, if people got ideas, people got comments, I'm all for it. I'm welcome to it.
I was reading through my notes. I must have typed this while I was on the airplane.
Oh no.
So you're flying, I guess I was being kind of a baby, and that's fine. I was being a little bit of a bitch. You're allowed to bring a carry-on, right? Onto your
yeah, like a certain size or something, right?
Certain size. Can you bring a parachute?
I guess if it were a carry-on or if it fit.
Anybody work for the FAA, or if the FAA is watching, or FBI, CIA, DHS?
I guess it'd be DHS. We should ask Ross. Ross used to work for TSA.
Yeah.
I'll make a note. I'll ask him. We'll go get some interviews. See what he says. I'd like some feedback on that though. But I mean,
can we pack a parachute? Because no offense, I was obviously scared like a fucking.
I guess the thing is, so this is what I don't understand, and this is what I heard about when that guy was it in Japan. They were landing and they were like 600 feet in the air, and he opened the door to the plane. If the plane is properly pressurized because they open inward, you can't open those plane. They're the doors, especially at altitude, because the pressure inside the cabin is basically pushing the thing closed. So I don't, because like if you ever notice, like, and I didn't realize this either, but if you look at how they work, they like open inward and then they slide them out through the opening. Like the door like itself goes out, the metal skin frame. But they basically, I guess the pressure of the airplane inside, when they pressurize the cabin, keeps the door shut. And that's just how they're designed. And I mean, it makes sense, but like they said, for all intents and purposes, that guy should not have been able to open the door had it been properly secured and everything. But the fact that they were like 600 feet above ground, the pressure obviously wasn't as severe.
Yeah, probably wasn't.
Yeah. But I mean, you think about it, you're flying at 30,000 feet in the air. You don't want to open that fucking door.
No. And let's say you get, oh man, look at that. I feel like my tummy is, Anyway.
That's why I only go from like here up.
That's what I'm gonna change. Yeah. There we go. That's better, right?
It's better.
I don't feel as self-conscious. What was I going to say? Oh, when you're sitting on the plane and you're sitting on the tarmac and they're running through everything and they're turning on the air, what's the smoke coming out of the vents? You're on the fucking ground.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that? Let's look at that. What's the smoke coming out of the vents on an airplane?
I wonder if it's like steam or like just condensation because of the temperature and pressure difference.
That's what I was thinking. If I could spell plane. I'm asking a question when I could have done this,
Well, I wonder if, because like I know, especially recently, wasn't during COVID like a mandate that they had to have this whole like filtration system up to spec now?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it is. I think it's just condensation. This is not answering a question.
It's probably condensation.
Yeah. It's filled with air from the outside, which has to be warm. Ambient air. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're hitting the dew point. Okay.
Probably, yeah. You're basically causing it to rain. Making it rain on the plane. Oh man, stop trying to make fetch happen.
Yeah, making fetch happen. Yeah, it's just water vapor. Okay. I wasn't sure if they were pumping us in full of stuff so that we, if we're going down, we're not freaking out. So that would have scared the shit out of me, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. I got another Voyager question. I got to put all this stuff together in one, thing. How were they able to rebuild the Delta Flyer?
Delta Flyer. That was
which was their little,
like the jump ship or whatever. Yeah, the shuttlecraft.
The one shuttle that they always used to take. And why didn't they use the Aero shuttle? I was watching something the other day about Voyager. The Aero shuttle is kind of like the captain's yacht on the Enterprise D.
Okay.
And how did they repair the damn thing? Because in one of the seasons, like season 6, the damn thing blew up. You've been in the Delta Quadrant for probably, I don't know, what, 7-10 years?
Yeah.
And the Delta Flyer's been blown up and beat up, and same with the Voyager.
Huh.
I don't think they would have made it.
You bring up a good point though, because if they, I mean, I assume all the Enterprise had similar shuttles, right? Because they were all kind of based off the same design.
Probably, like the Galileo.
Yeah, so I mean, like at least you've got a shuttle that, is from another Enterprise that you could bring over or reuse or whatever.
Yeah, but if you're on Voyager in the Delta Quadrant and you're not in the Alpha Quadrant with the rest of Starfleet, how are you able to keep that thing going?
Yeah.
Should we just overlook that and go, it's Star Trek and TV, shut up, turn your brain off and enjoy the show?
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be bad. Let's just call it canon.
Yeah, exactly. What's that, Patty Melt? Sorry.
Patty Melt.
I sneezed, so I thought I heard Patty Melt say, bless you, but...
Nice.
It's getting to be that time of year.
Yeah, dude, my allergies have been killing me. I don't know. The wife keeps saying I'm sick, and I'm like, I don't know. It could be. Who knows?
You got the new Rona?
I don't know. I mean, I don't feel. My nose is stuffed. I get allergies. You get that cat now. The cat won't leave me alone.
Yeah.
Of course. I pick it up. I play with it. So I'm just as much as fault.
Yeah, exactly.
But she's had 3 people at work with the new Rona. I guess they got apparently they got it and tested or whatever. I don't know what the hell they do anymore. So
I tested my. Sorry.
No, I'm saying I don't. I don't know. It's like people, the same shit. It's a different day. It's like whether it's a new variant or, 10 years ago was a flu shit. Like everyone's got the flu, bring it around, and people got to learn to stay home when they're fucking sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's how all this crap started 3 years ago.
Yeah, no shit. Somebody had to stop at a market and get a bat. No, the Wuhan lab.
Wuhan got you all in check.
I took a COVID test before I went to Florida because, we went from like.
Did they make 95? You or?
No, we went from. I had my. I was congested and had a cough and all that, so I'm like, I know what it is. We went from like 90 to 58.
Yeah. Well, that's this week. So, it's getting down to what, like in the 60s overnight. Monday they're talking.
The other night.
Monday they're talking it's going to be like 100, and like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday already.
I'm like, didn't we just leave this party with my allergies? So I was like, but I'm like, they're talking about a new variant. I'll take a test just to make sure. Not that I thought that I had it, and it came back negative, but like I expected. I mean, I had no symptoms whatsoever, but here's what it is.
Yeah, that's what
Granted,
happened.
I came back looking like a freaking piece of fried chicken.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much my whole summer. It's like it's pretty much just been either hanging out with the kids at the pool, the pool out over at the Park District pool, which is closed now for the summer, but or hanging out in the backyard at our pool. I mean, you're just doing shit in the yard, doing stuff around the house. It's like everyone's like, because we didn't do vacation this year, because we got the new car, and it's like, maybe we'll head out there for Christmas or whatever to like the in-laws, but it's
how's the new car treating you?
So far so good. So we took it all the way to Kentucky, took the daughter to school, brought it back. It was funny because I got one of those ODB2 readers off of like Amazon. It's like a Bluetooth one. Yeah. And I got the app. I use Torque Pro. Like $5 I bought it. And it reads the thing and tells you what the error is. So I told them what the error was. We took it the week before we left, and I said, hey, we're leaving Friday to take my daughter to school. Can I drive the car? Can you fix it? Whatever. And he's like, it was showing an error on the O2 sensor. So he made sure, because they put the new engine and everything was plugged in and all that jazz. And he's like, it could be because of the new engine. If it was the original O2 sensor in the exhaust, maybe there was an issue, whatever. He's like, we'll reset it. We'll see if it comes back. It came back while we were out there. So it was like 400 miles to get there. And we were doing some driving around town to get her stuff from like the Target. And it came on. And I'm sitting in the parking lot with the phone. And I can reset the code from the phone, the app with the reader. I reset it. Same error code. I reset it. It hasn't come back on since. I mean, it's been over a week now. So, I don't know. I mean, is it possible? I have no idea how that shit works. It's all computerized now. So could maybe it read something wrong or was holding on to an old setting in the new engine. The used engine needed to be, readjusted. I don't know. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I was actually looking. I got to do some painting this weekend on a long holiday, and I was honestly thinking about going to like the AutoZone and buying the oil change. Because usually I'll buy it online if it's cheaper, but I'm like, I'll do a change on it. He said he did it, but I don't know what the hell they put in. If it's good or bad, or just cheap shit they buy. Plus, I want to run. What the hell is it called? BGP or EGP? There's a brand, and it's a little can. They have an additive. You put it in the crankcase when you fill the oil. In the oil intake. You run the car for 30 minutes. You change the oil, and it's supposed to clear out like all the varnish and shit that's in there. And then they've got a fuel treatment to do the fuel lines, do the injectors and all the rail and all that crap. I figured I'd do it. I mean, he said that the engine was fine. He did all the fluids and crap when he did it. He even did the trans fluid. But I mean, it's fine. It's not been a problem. We've gone to and from. So it's good. It's I like it so far. It's been good. I got the paint kit finally is coming next week. Dude, it took them like 2 months to get the fucking paint mixed. I don't know what the hell they did, or that's probably overnight parts from Japan for all I know.
Yeah, right.
But in the meantime, I bought. I was able to find the Duplicolor. They have the little pencil thing you get now. Where it's got like the little fine tip or the brush, and then it's got the clear coat on the other side. So I was doing some of the dings on the hood. There was a spot on the back on the door, like underneath where the license plate goes, and it was like rusted. So I took some, I think it was O'Reilly's had like a pack of like 10 sheets of like the sandpaper, but it varied from like the 300 to like 2000 grit. So I did all of those, got it nice and smooth, got a brush applicator of primer, the self-etching primer, and just touch that up, and then just use the pen thing to kind of, you know, cover it up. And it's up underneath, so now it hopefully doesn't rust anymore. But yeah, it's like the little shit, like, you know, just taking care of it, get it back to, you know, make it look nice. New car to me, so.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah,
I haven't done that ceramic coat yet. I want to get that done.
I was going to ask you about that. I was curious. I was thinking about that the other day.
I wanted to do, because I finished all I bought the well, I did it on my car when I got it, the silicone, and I bought it from, I think it was the AutoZone. It's just a little jar of silicone with the brush, and it's literally just like silicone paste, 100% silicone. And I put it on all the door trim seals, you know, the rubber on the door and on the car. You let it kind of like sit for a bit, and then you just wipe it off, and it makes the rubber pliable so it doesn't crack. And if it's cracked, it makes sure it's, you know, flexible, it won't break and tend to leak and stuff. So I did all those on her car. I did the trunk lid. She's even got one for some reason in the engine bay. I don't know why the hell it's got that, but I did that. You know, I cleaned the engine bay. I had some simple green. I got a brush, did all the plastics, took the plastics off, did all the you know, the mechanical crap that I could, just to clear it off. And, you know, just because it's easier to spot when shit's leaking when there's nothing on the car, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't drip. I've checked the garage. I check underneath it. You know, it's, other than like the condensate from the AC unit, you know, that's about it.
Yeah, I've noticed on mine this is the first vehicle I've had, but I've noticed, you know, I've seen it on other vehicles, so it's nothing to really be concerned about. Condensation out of my tailpipe.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know that they say that that's like it happens though, right? I mean,
yeah, it's your car, everything hasn't kind of gotten up to temperature.
Yeah,
for everything to kind of go, because I mean, I'm only going from here 600 feet that way, so
right.
You know, it only happens when I short of a distance. Although it should be interesting in the middle of winter, but
yeah. So like, I don't like. So this one, she doesn't. Well, so the issue, and I don't know. Honestly, this is probably the newest car I've had. Because the last one was like an 07. This one's a lot wider, and like we've got the double garage. We don't have the double wide door. It's 2 single doors. It literally, like, edge to edge, if you're not careful, and I've done this countless times, the mirrors will hit the rubber trim around the door. And, you know, I'm like, shit, like, if you're not careful, you'll take off a mirror.
Yeah, we had that with when I worked at Circuit City and Niles with the Mountain Dew Hummers. We had 3 of the Mountain Dew Hummers, and
those
we were
are
trying to get those.
Was that the H2, H3?
No, original.
Oh, like yeah, those things are crazy wide.
we literally we couldn't turn them in to go into our bay. We had to go around, down the street, up over like the median, and go straight in, you know. It was crazy. So yeah, I understand. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, so this is funny. So I just Googled it. The Equinox, the 07, the width is 71 inches. I don't know how they measure that. I'm guessing maybe side to side minus the mirrors. I don't know. The Pilot's 78, so it's a full like half a foot bigger.
Yeah.
And that's like just enough to basically let the mirrors touch the door frame. Yeah, they don't. I mean, she hasn't pulled the car, and she still has a hard time doing that. But yeah.
Let's see. Let's see see if it'll tell me mine. Yeah, I'm 74 inches wide.
Wow. Yeah, see, I mean, that's the thing, is I think just cars in general got a lot bigger.
And I'm 184 inches long.
Wow.
And about 72 inches tall.
Yeah, but aren't you lifted because of the wheels? Or is that not?
No, I'm a stock height.
Okay.
Shit, I'm stock.
It's 9 o'clock. Yeah, I got wife's going to the Dodger school tomorrow. She's going to take her fridge down to her. And I gotta
nice.
They're going to leave in the morning. I got to go put gas in the car for her.
No, okay.
He's texting
Yeah, we can
me.
call it. Yeah, we can call it. So it's
Cool.
nice to be back. So.
Yeah, no, welcome back.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Sorry Dan doesn't get to stay for long. You know, shit happens. Whatever.
Hey, whatever. You got family. We got stuff. You know,
All
it's what it
family.
is. It's all about family. So I'm gonna take my Wrangler and go into space now. So
There you go. Nice.
all right. Have a good one. Anybody listening, paying attention, anybody that cares, have a
Yeah.
good night.
Yeah, definitely.
So have a good Labor Day.
Yep. Take care, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.